Hello, this is Act of God's Captive, episode 25, Into Call of the Captive's Diary, written by your beautiful, precious Ukazim Obialor. Thank you. Okay. They arrived at the conference hall where the Deborah's conference was held on the Friday evening and were warmly welcomed and ushered to their seats at the minister's seat section at the platform. After settling down in their seats, Uma lifted up her eyes and looking around at the well-decorated hall filled with women, both young and old. She wanted to feed her eyes more, and so her eyes went round the hall, from the pews to the activities going on the stage, and somehow her eyes from the stage to the choir loft, and from there she saw a young man walking up the stage wearing an earphone. He looked really familiar, but she couldn't remember who and where she knew him from, and it was so fast. She watched him exchange the wireless microphone in his hand with the supposed music director and collected the one being used, then went back out of sight. He must be one of the sound engineers in the technical room, she thought while trying hard to remember where she must have met that face. But when she couldn't figure it out, she stopped trying and focused her attention on enjoying the awesome moment of worship in the presence of God as the choir ministered in songs. It was the choir administration that ushered in the preacher in the person of Barrister Precious Peters, the international president of the Deborah's Mandate. She ministered powerfully in word, and when it was time for prayer, she had a particular song she wanted to sing, but called Uma up to the stage and ministered that song while she prayed and laid hands on the women, because each of Uma's songs drives her deep into the spirit. Uma went up and took the microphone to sing as instructed, and from the sound control room where the sound engineers were working and monitoring everything happening on the stage and in the choir loft through the system, this same young man saw Uma and recognized her from the very moment she started singing. He was taken aback in shock and stared at the system for some minutes, trying to be sure whether it was his mind that was playing tricks on him. He had to leave the sound room to the conference hall and walked around at pew to just see the person singing on the stage. To be sure it was Uma, and she was truly the one. "Oh wow, she's the one!" he exclaimed as he walked back to the sound control room. His eyes were fixed on her as he watched her on the screen from the control room. After the program, he wanted to meet her, but there were too many people around Barrister Precious, and she was holding onto Uma's hand as she was talking and greeting people, walking out to the car, waiting outside for them. He made up his mind to get her by all means. The next day being Saturday, and that would also be the last day of the conference. The following day being Saturday and the last day of the conference, the program took another dimension when, after preaching, Precious made an altar call for women who are trusting God for a special visitation, and many women came out to answer the call. Then she said that God has a message for about 43 women who came out for the altar call, but she isn't the one whom God is going to use to minister to them, but her daughter. The daughter she was referring to was Uma, and turning to her, she called her up to come and speak the mind of God over the women. And she went up and collected the microphone. Meanwhile, this young man was watching from the control room with rapt attention. The moment Uma came up the stage, he went out and climbed up to the stage to change a microphone with a better one, just so he could come in close contact with her. Guys, can you imagine? Well, in the next episode, we'll know why he did that, and if it was intentional or maybe truly there was something wrong with the mic. Alright guys, see you in the next episode. Bye.